Hey guys, what's up? This is devlog number 5. Got a little bit done this week. Worked on finishing up some animations for the two baddies, the little slug boy and the jump frog, jump frog person. Just finishing up his animation in Rough Animator on the iPad, which is pretty solid. These animations are really rough. As far as the line work goes. So I'll probably need to go back in and clean them up a little bit. But for MVP, this will be fine. Take them out of Rough Animator, take an image sequence out, throw that into Photoshop, and then have Photoshop spit out a sprite sheet. Then you take sprite sheet, bring that into Unity, cut it up into little chunks, take those little chunks, throw it in an animation, and then you stick it on your guy, and there he is. It doesn't look too bad. At least I think. I think it looks okay. It's passable. There's a lot more things like he should probably have a shadow to ground him into the environment a little bit, and a turnaround animation would be pretty great. But one thing at a time. And here I'm setting up the jump animations for the frog. He has 3 separate animations for his jump. He has a ascending, apex, and descending animations, and I need to set up uh, knowing when to switch between them. So you can see how when he's going up, he's facing one way, and then when he reaches the apex of his jump, he kind of levels out, and then as he's headed down, he faces downwards. And here's a cool little bug where he was just kind of ignoring whether or not he was on the ground, but I got that fixed, and you can see he's obeying the ground now. And then I got to starting on the buddy mechanic. So Ryan, the our main character girl, will she'll have a buddy, and each of those buddies will basically be a new mechanic for her to play around with and to help augment her tool set. And in doing so, she realizes that her selfish ways don't work so well, and that working as a team is a lot more effective. Anyways, so I'm making this buddy class now for her first buddy, which will be like her little pet buddy. And I'm gonna making the buddy class and then her pet named Roro, making a Roro class that derives from the main buddy class. And Roro's special mechanic is that he can curl up in a ball like an armadillo, and then Ryan can whack him with her sword, and he'll shoot in whatever direction. So if she just does like a normal attack, he'll go straight across. If she does an upward one, he'll shoot up, and if she does a downward one, like if she jumps and does a slash down, she'll hit him, and then she'll bounce up in the air, and then he'll bounce up a little bit, and she can kind of keep doing that to get more and more height. I suppose I should probably put some kind of limiter on that, but once I get it working, I'll worry about that. But then once Roro gets hit, Roro will bounce around a few times before coming to a rest, and so Ryan can use it as traversal. Like I mentioned, getting more and more height. She can also use it to hit enemies and stun them and swoop in and kind of knock them out while they're dazed. And enemies will hit Roro. So Ryan can whistle, get Roro to turn to a ball, and then an enemy will hit Roro, and then Roro will shoot, you know, across either like at another enemy or at a wall, and then come back and hit the initial baddie. I feel like I described that in a kind of confusing, not that helpful way, but hopefully next week I'll get it working. As this week I didn't quite get it working. I need to figure out how I'm going to communicate which attack hit Roro. Like, is it an upward sword, or is it just a horizontal, or is it downward? I need to figure out how to get that information into Roro so that Roro knows which way to jettison. But here you can see that I have it when you push E, he jumps, and there'll be an animation there where he'll jump, and while he's in the air, he'll turn into a ball. And that's kind of where we're at. I'm still working on getting that implemented. I haven't even started on designs for what he'll look like, but that's kind of his mechanic design. And hopefully that's what I'll be showing you next week, a little bit of that in action. So stay tuned. Let me know if you want me to go into anything more in depth or if you have other questions. I'm just trying to improve these devlogs to make them informative, and I'm sure I could also work on my speaking voice a little bit as I sound a little monotonous sometimes, I think. But yeah, so leave a comment if you got a comment, and I'll catch you next week, hopefully with some new Roro updates.